Hey guys, welcome to BP, the Bible Perspective. No bus drivers. Well, more pointedly, no bus drivers unless he owns the bus. Now, this was the statement that sparked this viral interview. But was it messy? I want to explore that thought. Now, before we get into it, please like and share this video and subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. And as always, if you have a thought or comment, add it to the comment section below. All comments are welcome. Now, we started off as sort of a casual interview, and I think that Ebony grabbed the snake by the tail. And I think that Dr. Van Zandt, who stayed true to her nature, in my opinion, being messy. She can't help herself. She's even said that. She's even said it in this interview about overcoming being messy. Not her words, but I want to explore her question. And I want to tell you why I think it was messy from the start. When she asked the question, would you date a bus driver? Why that was messy. I'm going to tell you why I think that was messy. Now, I believe that Ebony has gotten unfair response, not just a disagreement, but there are people who are going in on her, and those who are going in on her being just flat out hypocritical. Why are you going, like, here's my thing. I disagree with her statement, but why would I disparage her, insult her? I don't have a chance with her. By her statement, I don't have a chance with her. But at the same time, I think she's entitled to her opinions. Okay. Now, what you look at is both of these women are very accomplished, very successful. In other words, they make money. Now, Ebony she has really accomplished a lot in her life. She's a commentator on Fox News. She's now doing her own show here. She's a lawyer. Same thing with Aliana. I know I butchered her name, but Dr. Vincent. She also has been on television. In fact, she has a very impressive television resume. She started with Oprah. She impressed Oprah so much that Oprah gave her her own spot every Tuesday. Now, she comes off as some sort of spiritual guru. You'll see some of the language in there. I don't ascribe to it at all. But again, to her true nature, they fell out. One of the reasons why they fell out is because Dr. Vincent wanted more. And in a sense, I'm not going to get into why her and Oprah fell out. They did reconcile, and then Dr. Van Zandt had a show. She had a show on Oprah's network. Okay, very accomplished. But as I said, I also think messy. Now, because of this interview here, and I'm going to let her. You're going to see that I'm going to let them speak in their own words. And you can see what started it, and then what you're going to hear is a little of Ebony's response, okay, to all of the backlash. And let me just tell you, she doesn't care, and I don't blame her. But let me play the clip, and this video clip here is Ebony Williams' response to all of the backlash that she's receiving, and quite interesting. So here we go. All right.
I do want you to speak, Ayanla, to how women need to, position ourselves so that we can be in our divinity, so we can have our crowns right, how we can create and not build, when some of us, quite frankly, feel.
No, I don't, to me, the divinity, that's some talk that maybe Dr. Vincent has, but I think it's also gobbledygook, my opinion. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because all of what she's talking about right here, she's already doing well. So you can almost say to this, why do you need what she's talking about? Now she's going to mention the term protection. Why does she need that when she's already making money? She's already making money. She's already successful without a man. In fact, she has just recently broken off an engagement, but she's doing fine. All right, here we go.
That the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all.
Now that's kind of interesting. She says she's done them all, meaning she's dated all kinds of men. So then, if you dated all kinds of men, and if you dated all kinds of men that are in your price range, why aren't you happy? Why can't you find that man in which you're saying you need to be in position for?
They are not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Okay, now before she drops what I'm going to say, I believe this question was a sneak attack. Why do you need that? In other words, she talks about when she says that she wants a man to protect her, she's talking about financial. That's what she's talking about. She's talking about financial. She wants a man with enough money, okay, to uh, again protect her. Now, as you can see, as I said, she is an extremely attractive woman. So she's going to attract men. She's going to attract wealthy men. She's going to attract all kinds of men. So this point to me doesn't apply to her. It doesn't apply to Dr. Van Sant. Dr. Van Sant is an attractive woman. Dr. Van Sant is a successful woman. So there's something else about them that's the issue. Okay? It's something else about them that's the issue. And it's not that they themselves are in a position, because they've already, both of these women have already proven they don't need a man. They may want one. I'm saying they don't need one. They're successful. They have no trouble attracting men. But here it comes.
Would you date a bus driver?
Okay, now I don't know if Ebony registered that at first. I don't know if she's playing possum. Uh, but that's the question. Would you date a bus driver? Now let me tell you why I think this is messy. Why is she asking, would you date a bus driver specifically? Why wouldn't she ask, why aren't you dating a tradesperson, an electrician, a plumber? Oh, blue, or use the phrase blue collar man, a working man, right? And again, I'm not in Dr. Van Sant's head. I certainly don't know her motive. It smells to me of being messy because of this reason. Ebony was raised by a single mother who was a bus driver. That's what, so that's why this I suspect the messiness here. Okay, here we go.
Would you date
If
a
he
bus
owns
driver?
the bus, if he owns
No.
it, if he owns the bus,
See, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Now let's address the response.
Now she's going to address the response. She goes on to try to give an answer as to why, okay, that answer was wrong. Now, as I said, I disagree with the answer. I disagree with Ebony in her position. Okay, I disagree. Um, And but I'm not in her lead. See, I'm not. See, again, I'm in that rank, that blue collar rank. Okay, I'm a tradesman. I make a little more money than uh, bus drivers, but I don't make enough money for her based upon that statement. All right. Now I want you to hear something that she said when she doubles down on it.
To the interview and what some of y'all are calling a backlash. So let me be clear. First, I am a professional disruptor. So backlash is my business. And I will always take it on the chin for the sake of advancing the work, conversation, or movement. So know that I am completely unfazed by the onslaught of nasty comments, wishing me a sad, lonely, bitter existence until my untimely death. Now, that is some weird energy to be wishing onto a black woman, especially one who has dedicated her life to the liberation of black folk. But, you know.
Okay, and I agree with her. I don't understand why people are going in so because she made the statement, especially since many of the people who would agree, many of the women would agree with her. Now, if you are a man, let's say such as myself, who is a blue collar man, if you're offended because you can't date her, well, that's on you. My thing is, if I was in a gala party and I saw Ebony Williams after seeing this, I wouldn't step to her. I would not step to her knowing, in a sense, what her standards are. I don't fault her for it. I don't blame her for it. I just know, you know what? She's not the only fish in the sea. That's all. So why are you all getting offended? But watch it. Well, she's going to make a statement that, which is again, to me, is going to sort of cement why I believe the interview was messy on Dr. Van Zandt's part.
Whatever, I guess, go off. See, I wanted to talk about how do we close the gap between black women who do show up in a so-called masculine posture, those of us that are providing and building and protecting due to circumstances that we might feel make us feel that if we don't do it for ourselves, we will have to go without the resources and protections we need to feel safe in this world.
Well, okay, and I accept that. I do. I accept that. And as I said, I think if her point was to show that she didn't need a man, and I'm not saying she is saying that, but okay.
But Dr. Ayanla went in a different direction. She asked me a personal question.
All right, so that's why I want to stop it there because that's the point I want to bring up and to kind of bring home is that I do believe that Dr. Van Zandt went in a different direction on purpose to ask a very specific question that she was hoping would sting. Now, I think by her body posture, I think her statement shows I'm brushing it off, like when she said, if he owned the bus. Well, my my reply to that is you have dated men. You have dated men that are wealthy. You have dated men and you have access to those group of men. You have access to that. Dr. Van Zandt has access to that. Okay? I don't have access to you. I'm not saying I want to date you. I am married. But I do think that Dr. Van Zandt was being very, very messy when she asked because I think the connection was her mother was a bus driver. Just my thoughts on there. All right, guys, don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to VP The Bible Perspective. And as always, if you have a thought or comment, add it to the comments section below. All comments are welcome. See you next time.